When an observer binocularly fixates an object, when the object approaches the observer's head, the eyes must increase their refractive power to produce a well-focused image of the approaching object. At the same time, the angle between two visual axes must increase to allow the object's images to remain on the two foci. The opposite process takes place when an object recedes from near fixation. The refractive power of the A's is altered to ensure a clear retinal image. This process of changing the refractive power of the eye is known as accommodation. The change in the relative position of the visual axes is known as convergence when the angle formed by the visual axis increases, and is called divergence when the angle formed by the visual axis decreases. In addition, with fixation at near vision, pupillary constriction occurs. The near vision complex is the association of accommodation, convergence, and pupillary constriction during fixation at near. Accommodation is measured in diopters. If the fixation distance is 1 meter, the accommodation is 1 diopter. If the fixation distance is ½ meter, the accommodation is 2 diopters. If the fixation distance is 1/3 meter, the accommodation is 3 diopters, and so forth. The near point of accommodation, NPA, is the near fixation distance inside which the eyes cannot accommodate. The far point of accommodation, FPA, is the distance from infinity to the near point of accommodation. The range from infinity to the near point of accommodation is the range of accommodation. The distance of the near point, and therefore the range of accommodation, is a function of advancing age. The meter angle is the amount of convergence required to fixate an object located at 1 meter from the eyes. If the fixation distance is 1 meter, an emtropic subject must converge 1 meter angle, and accommodate 1 diopter. If the fixation distance is ½ meter, an emtropic subject must converge 2 meter angle, and accommodate 2 diopters, and so on. Accommodative convergence to accommodation ratio ACIA ratio. When a person exerts a certain amount of accommodation, a determined amount of convergence is elicited. The convergence so elicited is called accommodative convergence. Therefore, a normal, emtropic person should be expected to exert 1 meter angle of convergence for each 1 diopter of accommodation. The convergence response to a unit stimulus of accommodation may be expressed by accommodative convergence to accommodation ratio, ACIA ratio.